Smart pricing is the first step we can do as a seller with me working with you as a listing agent is we got to look at the competition that's in the marketplace. And ideally you need to be one of two things. Either your house is priced a little less than the other similar houses. That way you'll get picked first and not sit on the market. The other thing is if your house is the same price, we better have a little something extra. In New Orleans, they like to call it the lagniappe, a little, have you done some upgrades, some improvements that would stand out? Because frankly, if your house looks like the same as everyone else at that same price, just be prepared that you're going to sit a while and it might take 3, 4, 5 months to finally get under contract. And I don't want that for you because that's frustrating. And eventually when you're on the market 4 or 5 months, when you get your offer, it's going to be a low ball. So pricing is a critical decision. How do I assist you in that process? I look at comparable sales, or what we like to call comps. And I'm going to look at the things that have actually successfully sold so we can position ourselves in a way that we're hopefully, again, a little below the active competition. And then when we get a contract, it's actually going to appraise because we see other sales at that price range that have actually closed. That will make sure you, what we like to do is make value. That way your contract's going to go through and not fall out over potential appraisal issues during the financing process. So that's step one. That's how we can distinguish you. Another thing we can do is look at your marketing. Look, all the traditional stuff, digital photography, being on MLS, all of that stuff is tried and true and it works. But we need to extend it because the market's more challenging. We need to do more than usual to get you sold. So we're going to add to the digital photography. We're going to make sure that first impression is fantastic. We need to stage your house. And sometimes that can be little tweaks. Other times it's a major overhaul. I'll help consult with you to figure out what we need to do to make the house show ready. Show ready is sort of a pretend world. No one actually lives like that, but we need to look great on the camera because when they go onto Zillow or Realtor.com or those websites, you need to stand out and look better than the competition. Then we're going to do the extras, and we're going to make sure we have like a video for your property that we're going to chop up and put on all the social media channels. We're going to be on TikTok and Instagram. We're going to be on Facebook. We'll even do a long form video like this and put it on my YouTube channel. So we've got extra coverage and extra exposure. If your house looks sharp, it's what we call shareable. And the idea is somebody on TikTok or Instagram in particular would see it and think of a friend or family member and share it with someone. If we see your house getting shared, that's a great indicator. People are interested in what you have to offer. And if we get showings, that's going to translate into offers at some point. So that digital marketing is a big deal. Depending on your property, we might also go ahead and do a drone photography. If you've got an oversized lot or some acreage, we're going to make sure to show that off. We want to make sure all the features are attractive. What else are we going to do? Well, we're going to continue to leverage technology by using AI. So we're going to make sure to write the marketing description in a way that's attractive. We got to use AI smartly because sometimes it's a little fluffy. So as your real estate pro, I'm going to use the AI tool to help position you. And one of the things we're going to do is make sure to look for keywords in your description that buyers active in the market today are actually using when they're searching for homes. So again, we're leveraging that technology. So we've got great presentation with the marketing. We've got the right pricing, a smart pricing strategy. And then we're going to tie that into how we negotiate the contract. So in several of my videos, I talk about the expected expenses and I go in a little more detail. But for today's purposes, you probably should budget somewhere around 8 to 9% of the sales price all in for your real estate expenses. So what I'm going to do is help position you in a way that we can negotiate some because that's the expectation in this market. Buyers are coming in at about 6% below list price. So we have to expect that's what's going to be. So I want to be able to position it so we can price, wiggle a little bit. The buyer has to feel like they're getting what they want in this market for you to get picked out, but you still win. Because at the end of the day, what really matters is your net. What is your bottom line? When we take away sales price, we take away the real estate expenses, we take away your mortgage and any liens, what is that check, as I like to call it, but it's really a wire, what is that check going to be that goes in your pocket? And then we can decide what you want to do with that money. If you're thinking about buying another house locally, or if I can assist you find an agent in another market, keep in mind that if we give a little bit on our sales price here, there's the opportunity to make that up when you make an offer on the next property. And that way you can kind of offset any perceived losses you might have had if you felt like, man, if I'd sold 2 years ago, I would have sold for more. Well, if we get a little bit less now, but you can go to the next house and get less off that property, you actually can win. So the net of all this is in the current market in 2025, as a seller, it's more challenging, but I've survived the wars. I did this in 2008, 2009. There's a way I can help position you with the right pricing, the right marketing, the right contract negotiation strategy. We can get the job done and get you what you need to get on with the next stage of your life. If you like this content, just go ahead and put in the comments 2025. And if you have any suggestions on other topics you'd like to see me cover, go ahead and put that in there as well. And do me a favor, please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. You'll get more content like this talking about how to get your home sold in San Antonio in 2025.